Alright, this is Black on 1989, and this is going to be my thoughts on Wrestlemania 27. Now, I was going to wait to do this tomorrow morning, but seen online is going to be a really rare occasion, basically. Um, I'm basically going to defend WWE a little bit because I'm already hearing people shit all over this Wrestlemania, and I actually found it pretty enjoyable. The thing is, though, the things that they did bad, they did really bad, and the things that they did good, in my opinion, they did really good. Their biggest problem was the bad rub that a lot of the matches got. There was a couple of matches that lasted a few seconds, basically, and there was people pushed off the card, weird placement on certain matches, and people basically not getting a chance to shine. But the things that they did really good, like I said, they did them really good. Now, let me go match by match and just quickly do this. Apparently we had two dark matches, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, and Kali winning some Battle Royal. Now, I was very disappointed when I don't even know that I just see Edge walking out in the beginning of the pay-per-view. I don't even know that the Sheamus match already took place because I was kind of running all over the place and got home. I'm like exactly 7. But I was very disappointed to see the Sheamus match get pushed out the card, considering that they've been building up this match a lot. And Daniel Bryan's, obviously Bryan Danielson, his figure next to Sheamus, it would have been an interesting matchup and a very interesting match. But nah, it got pushed off, so obviously I can't talk about it. Now they had the Edge and Del Rio match first, which kind of basically erases the value of the Royal Rumble win, erases the value of I'm going to WrestleMania, that whole thing they have going with what was the what was the Rumble. And it makes it kind of obvious that Del Rio would lose, so they have it as the opener. My big disappointment with this was that Del Rio wasn't made to look like a believable threat. It basically looked like Edge had this easy. So what does Del Rio gain from winning the Rumble? What does Del Rio gain from having a title shot at WrestleMania when it was the opening match and he wasn't even much of a threat? Now I can understand that they wanted to start it off with a bang. In my opinion, the way I would have put this, shit, have it the same way, whatever. But after the match, have Christian attack Edge, so that now we have an Edge and Christian feud, and it's for the actual belt. But we got, that was a disappointment. Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio was better than that match. I actually really enjoyed this match, and I didn't think I was going to, because it's kind of a random match in my opinion. I haven't been watching the build up for it, but I'm not saying that it's a random match as they haven't been building it up. I'm saying it's a pretty weird matchup. Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio. You never even see that feud. You never even would even think of that feud. But this match was pretty much one-sided in the beginning, and then it was going back and forth for like the last 2 minutes. And I was very excited, and Cody Rhodes actually won, which made me happy because Rey Mysterio can't gain anything from winning. It's Rey Mysterio. He's already done pretty much all that he can. Where Cody Rhodes is still a young star coming up and stuff like that, and it's a great win. I love when a heel comes out victorious, and it's pretty much fair, as fair can be. And of course he was dressed as Captain America, continuing his trend of being a superhero. Somewhere here we had some backstage segments with Snoop. I was enjoying it. I actually found the Hornswoggle part the least enjoyable. The Pee Wee Herman segment I could do without. The Mae Young and the Stone Cold and Rock. I was actually thinking, imagine it was Stone Cold. And when I saw Mae Young, I was like, it's just gonna be a comedy, but it's not gonna be something exciting, interesting. And then Stone Cold, and that was pretty cool. Um, but the people one definitely were out. Now, next we had the 8-man tag match that Kozlov was taken off of. Kofi was placed in there, and at first, the pacing of this match in the beginning, I was like, whoa, it's kind of fast paced. It kind of reminded me of an X Division match. And whoa, Kofi just hit his finisher. Wow. And then the match was over. I don't even think it lasted a minute. So that was just very disappointing, and especially because I'm a Wade Barrett fan. And for Wade Barrett, I don't even believe, yeah, he wasn't around last year. So Wade Barrett made a name for himself between last year's WrestleMania and this year's WrestleMania. Main eventing and all this stuff. Am I correct with that? Yeah, I think I am. Sorry. Time goes slow, sometimes it goes fast. Either way, so to see Wade Barrett lose in this fashion and the core get buried in 1 minute makes you wonder, why were they even on the card? It's like they just put it there to have more matches. So that was very disappointing. Randy Orton versus CM Punk was a great match. I felt I loved Randy Orton's perfect. The way he sold the knee injury when he was wrestling Punk was literally perfect. He made it really believable, and I was really into the match. And then the finish of it, I would have preferred to see. I wanted to see a super RKO, like both of them standing on the corner, and he just jumps from the top, turnbuckle. I would have loved to see that. But what we got was executed perfectly. Hopefully next year Randy Orton is in the top storylines again. I also read a report that Randy Orton was upset with his placement. And even though I understand that, so Randy Orton is very arrogant and does deserve a top spot, he needs to appreciate it considering what people like Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, Edge, the champion, and Del Rio, the Royal Winner got. So that was a great match. Michael Cole and Jerry Kane, I really, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I really enjoyed this match. And I love that Jim Ross came out, and as well as we could see the commentary, Jim Ross actually stood there for the rest of the night, which I was happy to see instead of him just commentating this match. But I really enjoyed this match, and I was into it. Michael Cole is a clown. I think he's the perfect heel. It's amazing how much of a character he has. When you think about his early roles, simply interviewing The Rock, mostly. But so like I said, what more would you expect from this match? I really think it was a good match. And then we had The Undertaker versus Triple H, and this match exceeded my expectations. I know you're probably thinking, how could this match exceed your expectations when it's Undertaker and Triple H? Well, I actually had low expectations for this match, considering after Taker and Shawn, I really expected any WrestleMania match for Undertaker after that to not reach that bar. And I'm not saying that this match reached it, but it was a pretty good substitute. Came pretty damn close, and it told a different storyline where Triple H was the game, and he beat the crap out of the Undertaker. Undertaker was like taking so many bumps and was just beating the shit out of the Undertaker. And then he hit the forget this is not Irish. And then he had submission out of nowhere. Now, the story that was telling afterwards with Undertaker slow to leave and stuff like that. My thing is that I support it. It tells an interesting story. He barely walked away from that one, and it's kind of like, damn, these matches are really taking a toll on him. How much longer he could last? It gives him a chance to take some time off and build up towards his 20th victory, which will probably be his last WrestleMania. And where the time from some of the other matches went into. To certain moments like that. So with that, the Slinky match was nice, which is crazy that I had a higher spot than Triple H and Undertaker. But it only, I mean, the reason I supported that, by the way, is because having two single matches back to back, even though they're completely different single matches, could sometimes hurt the match. Where, hold on a second. Where mixing it up this way, having a single match and then a tag match and then back to a single match, could keep the interest in both. But like I said, the Slinky match was another match that was probably like a minute long, and but I was impressed that Slinky could even do that. So I was like surprised with the match ended right after. So now the Miz and John Cena, I was really looking forward to the match. I was actually looking forward to it the most, and not even because of The Rock, just because I was very excited. I'm a big fan of The Miz. I was very excited to see The Miz in the main event for Wrestlemania. Most of these champions that won with their Money in the Bank briefcase, they either transitional champ or by the time WrestleMania comes around, they're not even important. So it was nice to see that The Miz won this belt a couple months ago and has actually held on to it and kept that role. Main event with John Cena. So, and if you look at all John Cena's previous opponents for WrestleMania, The Miz is the most unique one, and the most different one compared to his previous opponents. So, like I said, I was looking forward to it a lot. It kind of started off brutal, and then ended abruptly with the whole outside count up. And I was thinking, if it really does end like this, then this feud could continue, and it's a feud that I would like to see continue instead of John Cena coming out victorious and, Miz being buried right away. But they really had a lot of heat towards their somewhat short match. And then we had Rock come out with Wrestle Call or whatever, restart the match, and then he rock bottom John Cena, which I did not expect. Of course, I expected The Rock to get involved, but I did not expect for him to restart the match and then shortly after screw the shit out of John Cena. So The Miz won, which I wanted The Miz to win, and I'm glad that he did win. So basically, what this means now is that going forward with Extreme Rules, or let's just say the next 2 months, it's going to be very interesting what exactly happens. We have The Rock. It's looking like The Rock is still going to be involved, and like he said he would be. So hopefully this builds towards something. Maybe a rematch with Rock playing a different role, and it continues to build to Rock versus Cena. Now, again, let me go on the matches real quick again. First match, disappointing. Second match, great. Third match, disappointing. Fourth match, great. Next match, great. Undertaker, great. Slicky, disappointing, and then Miz, great. So out of 8 matches, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 matches that I really enjoyed and 3 that I didn't. So in my opinion, that's a success. It's just very disappointing that they played the shit out the core like that, Del Rio, Edge, and I'm not gonna say they played the shit out of Slinky, but why even put the match together? It's gonna be, why even hype it up? Anyways, lots of one at a time. I enjoyed WrestleMania. I actually think it was very enjoyable. Had a lot of bad moments, but the moments that were good, I really enjoyed. This is about the 1989. Please watch Raw tomorrow night. Share your thoughts.